name is Ken Lewicki of channelinginc.com. And today's topic is spiritual protection, how to increase it, how to maximize it. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of stuff at the beginning of this video, but please stay tuned to the end because that's where I'll get to some very practical tips and tricks and all sorts of different things that will help you actually do this. But this initial stuff is actually really important. So let's cover some of the topics that can affect your spiritual protection. And this was asked by one of my students. She wanted to know, like, what can I do to increase my spiritual protection? And the honest answer is not a lot of people want to hear this stuff, but we need to kind of cover it. So one of the things that can affect we have to talk about first, like what affects our protection, what makes it up. And what that is we have our chakra system, and there's a whole bunch of different chakras that affect that, and depending on the health of our chakras affects our protection. But the bigger thing that affects our protection is our auric field, which is connected to our chakra system. And there's a whole bunch of other factors and things that affect our protection as well. But what I've found through experience is that our auric field is one of the biggest contributors to how well we're protected spiritually. And so what I recommend is working on the basics, the foundation of stuff. So things like watching for your stress levels, that affects you a lot. What about your sleep? Like, are you getting enough adequate amount of sleep? How about your health? Are you eating healthy? Are you putting chemicals in your body, or are you trying to eat like fruits and vegetables on a regular basis and eating really nutritious, healthy foods? Are you, taking maybe like a multivitamin once in a while? Are you exercising and doing like high intensity fitness, maybe some weights, things like that? All that stuff matters. And also watch out for your environment, because our environment makes a big difference. Like the environment, that if I'm constantly putting myself in a toxic environment around, and things like that, that can also affect my health over a long period of time. And also watch out for the type of people that you're associating with, hanging out with, because those people do have an influence on you. Have you ever been around somebody and then after just a short period of time you feel drained and tired? Like that can affect your protection, spiritual protection as well. Also watch out for things like minimize drugs, alcohol, try to reduce anxiety. All this stuff really matters. Okay, so don't kid yourself, don't think this doesn't matter. And one of the biggest things that I suggest for my students is doing their healing and clearing. Like, imagine this is your body, this is your container, this is what makes you up. So as you're healthier and you're more, not just healthier, but as you go through your ascension process and you increase your spiritual abilities and you increase you get spiritual upgrades and things like that, then over time you can get to a point where you don't have to worry so much about being psychically attacked, or things happening to you in the spirit realm that are affecting you, because you're so strong and so healthy. But in the meantime, take care of those basic stuffs, take care of the regular things, self-care, self-love, things like that. Watch your self-talk. All that stuff really matters. And then what happens is, over time, I also recommend this, is do your healing work. Like, actually go to healers. If you have any healing modalities yourself, do self-healing, and then also get spiritual upgrades. So things like attunements, activations, different kinds of enhancements on your spiritual components, because those also help you get to a point where you can basically be protected. But on the other hand, there is a caution here that I really want you to watch for, is that you're not going around living your life all in fear all the time of, oh, something's gonna attack me, something's gonna happen. Like, what I recommend to my students is you live in the light, you work in the light, but if something not of the light comes across your path, I'll teach you how to deal with it, what to do about it, and take care of it. And then you go on living your life, working in the light. But please don't dabble in the dark stuff to do a spirituality. That'll just get you into trouble. And please watch who you're channeling. Always, the number one thing about channeling is always know who you're channeling, so that you can make sure that you're channeling things that are only good and healthy for you and of the light. And so let's talk about some of the things that you can do, real practical things that you can do to help you with your spiritual protection. So there's a couple things. One is, I'm going to get you to do it right now. So if you're watching this video, please just take a moment, stop whatever you're doing, And what I'll get you to do is take a deep breath into your heart center. So 3, 2, 1, nice deep breath. And then expand your auric field out. So make it nice and big, nice and large in all directions. So front, back, left, right, up, down. Make it nice and big and nice and large. And just really feel this. Like feel like you're empowered, feel like you're protected, feel like you're solid in who you are and what you're doing. So that's one way that you can actually, a real tangible way that you can increase your protection. And then another way is there's help from, your spirit guides, dragons, angels, things like that. You can also ask them for protection. But really, the bulk of the protection is going to come from you and from yourself. And then another thing that you can do is what I call the expulsion command, is a command that I've developed to help you like expel anything that's not of the light out of your vicinity. And you can find that through my workshops that I teach, my formal channeling workshops. So if you have any questions, any comments, anything you'd like to know about how to channel, make sure you channel safely, properly, at really advanced levels. Channeling is safe. It really is. When you learn how to operate in the light and you're channeling in the light all the time, it's fun. It's awesome. It helps you with all the areas of your life. It's super cool. Visit my website, channelinginc.com. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to private message me. And if you feel called to take any of my channeling workshops, they're also there listed on my website, channelinginc.com. Have a great day, everyone. Talk to you soon.